Hi, friends! I don't know if it plays the audio. It just kind of cuts off, I guess, for everyone else except me, because I forgot to put the music in the background of this particular. Either way, hi, friends! I'm gonna fight a guy. I'm gonna do a thing. This is a really weird stream time for me, but I'm also keeping to a schedule I technically made 12.5 hours ago. So I'm getting better at that. Slightly-ish, maybe. Hi. I'm gonna log into FFXiv, and I'm gonna just get in there and I hope I typed my password right, because I don't know if I did. Oh, I think I did it. Yeah, we did it. Hey, and microphone is good. Game will load once I get to the whatchamajig. Once I click the play button. Oh, God's above. Alright. Alright. Last night, for posterity reasons, even though it's a thing that I'm going to try and save, last night on the last stream, I made it to the basically Rapture, what was it called? Amara, there we go. Amaro. And I did a whole bunch of busy work, got in to see Emet-Selch, did a dungeon that was like, hey, this is what happened to us, like, centuries or millennia ago when, our fucking, planet fell apart. And it was nutty and kind of awesome. And then a really cool thing happened. Hi, Mary. Hi. I'm real happy you're here. Oh, okay. So, let's let you read in the context. Hi, friend. I'm in Rapture. I'm basically in Rapture. I will not give context for how or why I'm here, but I'm here, and it's really cool. I did a dungeon last night that was like, hey, this is what happened to the people before the world split and stuff, because the world splitting I think isn't secret deep lore ? The whole the world that we're on with Eorzea and stuff is like the original world that got split into 14. And this is a recreation of a city from back then, right? And, I did a dungeon that was like, this is what happened way back then. And I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna be a thing. Yee. It was pretty cool. It was a really good dungeon. I'm gonna switch to the actual gamerage now so people can actually see what's happening. There we go, finally. Yeah! Okay. Rapture. Welcome to Rapture. It's actually called Amarot, which part of me wants to pronounce without the T, so I can call it Amaro, because it's funny that way. Yeah. And so did a cool dungeon. It was very cool. It's hard. Yeah, we went through the whole everything, and then the dungeon ended in space. Tea applesauce. Hi, Laz. Yeah, the dungeon was cool. We fought a bunch of stuff that apparently... Because basically, the old Amarotine people could just create stuff. They would just get a concept and then they'd use their innate creation magics to just make shit. And apparently the calamity that befell them before the worlds got split and whatnot caused that shit to go out of control, and they started making nightmarish horrors that, ended up destroying their city and their people, which is cool and fun. So I fought a big thing... and then I'm in space. Hang on, let me get there. Let me get to space. Because I wanna run this dungeon from where I'm supposed to run it. I'm confronting Hades in the dying grasp. I gotta set something real quick. I gotta check. Because there's a setting where you can turn off, cinematics you've already seen. But I wanna see it again. Because I want the I don't get the cool... Here we go. Transportation cutscenes. Yeah, so now I'm gonna do that. There we go. So, we're going to space. Let's go to fucking space. It'll be great. Flying around on my dog in Amarot. So, after this whole, dungeon that was started with, everything was on fire, everything was awful in the city, and then it was like, yeah, now we're in space and killing a big, four-faced dragon thing, but it was weird kind of human faces, sort of. It's hard to explain. Anyway, we ended that in space. Where my friend, the Crystal Exarch, did a really cool thing, because basically, there was no reason you know, I feel like given the context of this expansion, there was no reason for me to be able to just summon 7 friends to take on a primal or whatever, you know, like it is in the normal game. So my friend who summoned me here decided to summon 7 heroes from across time and space, which is the explanation for why we get a full 8-player party. And I'm gonna pray that I get a queue that's actually short this time. We're gonna do it. Ooh, really? If you're sure, I want to do that. I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. Thanks, Marin. We're gonna have a great time. It'll be great. We're gonna absolutely fucking demolish this stupid motherfucker. Okay. Thanks for coming by, Marin. I hope you have a good. Thanks for coming by. And this music is a remix of the Shadowbringers theme to be fucking epic. Peoples. Thank you. We're gonna need it. Well, we won't, because we'll have the power of God and anime on our side. It's gonna be great. Let's fucking go. Dying grasp. Dying gasp. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why I said grasp the first time. Praying, yes. Hopefully, friend, that we don't get the 17-minute queue that I got last night. But you know, last night I also got no queue bot. Oh, I've turned on. By the way, since I technically went in just to see like, because I needed the momentum of like at least seeing the start of the fight, even if I was gonna lose, I did technically go in unsynced for like a little bit. So I've turned on play the cutscene again, even though I've seen it already, just so I get the full fucking context of having actual people in it. Ugh. I'm so excited if this will actually work. Ideally, queuing as a tank is a good thing. Oh. Man. Oh, that's a healer. That's 1. We just need 5 more. 5 more heroes from across time and space, my friends. That's all it'll take. Crystal Exarch, my friend. Your help will be appreciated, because we'll actually stand a chance that way. Because holy shit, do I not stand a chance alone. But, hey, that just reinforces the thing we've been learning, right? The whole, you need to stand together with your friends. You can't do shit alone. And it's great. It reinforces the message. Oh. Praying. 5 more heroes, the No More Heroes sequel, I know, right? No, once we hit 8 players, then it's No More Heroes. That's it. We'll have all 8 heroes, or whatever. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm so, like, ready but not ready for this. Because Shadowbringers is fucking cool, and I'm so excited about the fucking... I'm excited about this confrontation. We can do it. I feel like, Alan, that there's an in before you queue as healer and we get an instant queue pop, but, like, at the same time, I don't want to make you do that again. Because Samurai, very good to have on the team, since it's, like, really good DPS, and also a fun class to play. You sure? You don't have to do it. We can do it if it hits, like, 7 minutes with no pop or something, maybe. Doesn't have to be, like, an immediate thing. I was, you know, able to wait for the 17 minutes last night. Well, I wasn't, really. I was kind of sad about it, actually. Oh, I'm so ready. You have no idea how fucking ready I am for this shit. Oh, we're redoing? Alright, understandable. Oh, no, didn't mean to queue selection. Let's do it. That's true. And we will have 2 healers, and ideally the random amount of DPS will just show up. I mean, ideally that healer will just pop back in as well. I gotta get back to cooking. Have fun. Have fun cooking food. Thanks. Oh. Thanks. We got it. We got this, hopefully. This is the one downside of trials, is like they're really cool, but they like, since they can't do, you know, party support for how they function and the player size and stuff, it kind of can really stop the momentum of very cool moments for people who are trying to catch up on the game. It's probably harder than the fight against the boss. Yeah! It's like Raban Savage, but with less, like, disconnect errors and less shouting. That is a classic meme. Invite Herdia. Alright. Social friend list. Invite to party. Alright. Alright. Dying gasp. Dying gasp. Dying gasp. Have fun. Dying gasp. Please, fuck. I think we'll get that healer again, and then we just need like 3 DPS and a tank. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Come on, I hope we can get this. Oh boy. This worked last time, I hope it works this time as well. When we fought fucking... Earlier yesterday before stream, we fought, the fat man. I don't remember his name. What's his name? Words are hard. I don't remember, but the point is we fought him, and this was the Q we used to get an instant Q pop. Oh, so hoping we get a soon. Blizz. Soon blizz. Trials are cool, in theory, but they kill momentum so hard, and it makes me sad. Oh boy. Well, they kill momentum at least in Materia. I imagine in, you know, everywhere else there's probably like a better chance of getting, you know, a quick Q pop. 1, 2, and 1. Oh god, come on. Pain. Just pain. Come on! Man, it's definitely been a real interesting journey, though. The Shadowbringers as a whole has been one hell of a thing. Definitely way cooler than Stormblood, and somehow cooler than Heavensward, which, you know, matches up with everything I've heard about it. Just, like, all of seeing how everything's so different and so familiar, and then just still getting to, like, go around and help people deal with a big old problem. The one thing I can't wait to find out is the resolution of the whole Light Warden soul problem, because that seemed like a pretty big problem to me. I'm gonna very slightly turn down my microphone stuff. There you go. Just in case I get a bit louder, because I feel like I might. Come on. Oh, please. Oh, man. Whee. This is surprisingly just, like, hypnotically fun for my brain. Just like, yep. Running around to touch all the points on the outside. Just over and over again. Please! Please, Q-Pop! There's less than 5 minutes, we've only been waiting 3.5, and it feels like it's been longer than that, probably because it technically has been. With the combined queue time. Please. I need it. I need it. Oh. I have to absorb and soak in the cool music, if nothing else. I wonder how many people we would need to just do this unsynced if we absolutely need to. I don't want to have to do it. I want to do it the full party way, but time is an issue for many people right now. Because it is the middle of the day on, Wednesday. And people might be at work. 4 to 6? Could be pretty doable. Maybe. That other healer left the queue as well. Pain. The question is, can we rustle up 4 to 6 people to, like, make this a thing? Since apparently queuing it for the normal way is not happening. And that's making me sad. It won't be the regular way for things to happen, but, you know, stories are weird like that. Sometimes they just don't take the turn you expect. Oh. So the issue is, I've got stuff on from, like, later in the day. It's gonna make that makes it much harder to have done this, like, in a couple hours, when it would have been better to do. Alright, friend. What do you suggest at this point? Friend, Melanon, friend. I'm a little bit lost as to what to do here. Yeah. Man. Music good. Oh gosh, that is slightly disorienting, it turns out. Got that healer back. Well, now. Yeah, normally Q-pops actually happen. I guess it's because we're so close to, like... Well, it's because we're much closer to the end of the game than I've ever been. The current end of the game, I mean. So... This song is so cool, though. I just, I don't want to get ruined by hearing it, like, for another 17 minutes. Alright. I figured I might as well ask in chat because it's much more instant. Whatever. I tried the emote. I didn't do it. Alright, just keep Q it is. Let's pray. There's a part of me that feels like I should actually, like, look up to understand his mechanics. Just so that I don't get, like, ganked by something stupid. Well, I got the time for it. Let's have a look. Dying Gasp normal, yeah. Because I imagine there's probably like a fucking extreme version of it. What a thick lad. Let's see. Ravenous Assault. Anytime natural very familiar tank buster. Assault do high damage, which target is currently targeting. Should be a main tank. Okay. Heals need to be ready. Unusual attack doesn't look like anything used to. Bad Faith, create 2 levels with spikes. Opposite directions indicating which walls the walls will swing at a 90-degree arc. Okay. That makes sense. Double. That's more of a buff. It will simply cause that next action to activate twice. Okay. Breaking Faith. Hit orange circles. Pull down until really distant and whenever they hit the ground. Some of the meteors. Still understand that these discs though deal AoE and debuff affected players. Wait, then how did I get hurt by... Wait. In my random solo attempt, I got fucking deleted from existence by not standing under the one. Oh. Okay. The double cast shadow spread. Anyway, oh! It's here! It's real! It's time! We did it! We're doing it! It's time! Cinematic time. Let's go. Let's play it. Let's see this cutscene. It's time. Alright, I didn't read the full guide. I have no idea what's coming. Let's go. Here's that big son of a bitch. Hi, Hades. Emet-Selch Hades, you fuck. The big power claw. Just fucking devil claw. Again, I was not expecting him to just look like this, and it's kind of awesome and kind of terrifying. And I love how just... Yes, there we go! That's what it looks like. Alright. I probably shouldn't turn on tank stance. The other tank already has it. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Because I don't know how it will go. It's kind of going. Yep. He's doing a double. Okay. I learned about this from my reading. Dark Eruption. Oh. Oh, the fucking super meteors. Okay. Just don't stand in the bits. It's that simple, Lamau. Oh. Uh-oh. Let's get his ass. We're gonna get his ass. Oh, this shit. I remember this shit. Oh no. Alright. We can get him though. We're getting real. We're doing it. We're doing him. This is what it takes. Some level 90 heroes from across time and space. He's immortal now. What's happening? I'm scared. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm not tanking. What's happening? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, whatever, sure. Alright. We're gonna get his ass. Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna stay away from everybody. I'm happy to split the tanking on this one, even if I don't know if it's... I don't know if it will help, but you know. On wide, ever-hungering void. Oh no, what's happening? Well, I guess we didn't wipe. That's pretty good. For eternity, do you? What's he doing? Also, what's happening? Oh dear. I wish I could see this on full screen, but... The limit gauge resets. Well, that's not good. Yeah, every hope, every dream, every prayer. Wait, we get to fight him in Shadow Man form? This is... Everyone's sweeping up. Oh boy. He's got a lot of faces. I guess we're just going ham. And I was worried we'd kill him too quick for some reason. Okay, I took that in the face a little bit, but I added a mitigation. I'm running the fuck away from everybody now. Ooh, that's not good. Somehow avoided that. I will take it. I'm gonna die. Nope. Yeah, that was a stand. That was a stand in the. Oh, damn it. Ow. That was pain. It's fine though. We're good. We're going well. We're going well. We're doing it. Even if we are, you know, dealing with some. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. We're definitely in the worst place. Ow. I should have seen that coming, but it's fine. I'm still not dead. We're getting his ass. All my fucking, you know, warrior super healing is working out for me. Okay, we got the jail. Let's get his ass. Oh, nope, get out of that. I am dead. I don't know what killed me, but I am absolutely fucking dead. From that stay away from everybody attack. Yup. Uh-oh. 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 Well, I'm... What's this others? That within a champion's grows faint. That's alright. We have a shit ton of light in us. It's fine. Come on. We have way too much light inside our bodies already. It's fine. Right, because I wasn't fucking doing the thing. We can get his ass. Or something stupid happens. Somebody get his ass. Yes! We did it! We did it! Oh! Oh, we did it! That was excellent. Oh, man. Who can I commend still? The other tank. Hell yeah. I got a commendation! Hell yeah, I will take that. Alright. Thank you, friends, for helping with that, with queuing up with that. I feel like I couldn't have done that without you both. Oh, that was incredible. Thank you so much. Oh, friend Alan Mellon, if you need to go to the meeting, feel free. But if you want to keep watching for the cinematics, you're still welcome to be here, obviously. Yeah, not to know. He's trying. He's beaten, but he's still trying. Wait, Thancred's here? The team is back? That might be kind of genius, though. Hang on. More instances of Aura Sight to fuck him over? Everyone's pouring in there. Ether. Friends! Thank you. The perfect outlet for the fucking combined energy of a bunch of Warden Souls, right? Let's delete this motherfucker from existence. Let's go! I do like that this isn't a cutscene, they have to click through the dialogue, it just kind of happens. Ooh, it's going mega dark. I got too much light for that. Oh my god, this is the coolest shit that this game has ever shown me. This is easily the coolest shit this game has done that I've seen. Oh, beautiful. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh. It's Rogue Dacian form.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
Man.
It's over. Emet-Selch is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
Pretty sure I just chucked some light at him, so hopefully that means that we're kind of cured, at least somewhat.
What dost thou see?
Please say.
Her ether. It is as it used to be.
We did it! Yes!
As a disciple of Zodiac, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
There we go.
No,
I thought so.
it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored. I tried to help you before the battle, but Emet-Selch stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened?
Well. So that's with the story about Warrior. Not me, surprisingly. Someone else.
I see.
Crystal friend.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
It's good to see you awake, my friend.
Well, 'tis good to be awake.
Guess what does happen to ammo right now? Is it going to be the same? Is it going to be gone? Okay, it's loading. What is it loading? Probably more cinematic, I hope. Gameplay at this point would feel very odd. I'm struggling to ignore 4 Discord notifications. Yeah, I always thought it would be that island over there, but I guess that's where the Forest Series equivalent. Or the island that it's on.
So, those
souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words.
That we did.
You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they?
The crystal tails are mandatory. Ah, I see. So I assumed they made it mandatory on the release of Shadowbringers, but I guess it was after.
There, dear. Everything will be all right.
I assumed it was on release, but yeah.
There, look! Over there, over the beach!
Because Alan told me that, yeah, it didn't used to be mandatory, and then they made it so because it's relevant for story things later. That option would only appear if you'd done Crystal Tower. Aww! That's sweet. Well, I'm glad that they made it, like... Honestly, I'm glad they made it an option.
Greetings! You alright?
Where's everyone else, though? Where are my friends? That's a Yoshi. My brain keeps forgetting his, like, his first name, exactly. I always remember Sulkin, but everything else I'm, like, brain blank. Ah, Gods Above feels very, very, very good.
We'd be swimming the whole way back.
Ah, I see.
Alphino! Oh, hells.
5.102. That makes sense. I'm glad they did it, honestly. I don't care that it, like, makes something that was, like, a surprise option, you know, like a guaranteed thing.
Great! Where's Urianger?
Where is Oriange? I don't have Discord.
He must have fallen behind.
Alex, I have a phone so that I can check to mark the Discord notifs I've seen. I got 7 of them.
Look for him.
I'm trying to figure out why.
He'll
Ah.
rise up sooner or later. For the love of Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
Yay, friend! Farewell.
And thus did
I
salvation.
really cried during that screen because of that third option. Look, understandable. I'm so glad it was there, though. Oh.
The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selch's enchantments.
The bottom left,
and
you
the
say?
depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on. Nevertheless,
Is it for that? That's something in the bottom left. Yeah. I saw something there. What was that? Was that an Ascian body? Question mark? Was it? Oh, it was Oriange. I see. Right. He can't swim, can he? It's like, right. Of course. Who else would it be? Alright, Armada. Thanks for coming by. Renee Zaga. Hell yeah, my dude. That was incredible work. Yeah, thanks, Armada, for stopping by. Have a good day at work.
Obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life.
Hard, but his axe is clean now.
So too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after.
Huh. That's an excerpt from Answers. Okay.
The road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy.
Damn. Well, this is kind of excellent. I'm enjoying this.
Such is the hero's
Credits
lot,
being like a thing.
to touch the lives of countless others.
Rather than being something that I need to skip, it's
Excuse
like...
me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you?
Hey there, kid. That's right.
Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
Oh. Alright. I can't skip the credits while the Shadowbringers theme is playing, at least. Oh, that was absolutely brilliant. Look at that. The team with the basic protagonist that's as Dirk. Man, that was good stuff. Oh, the junglers were voiced by different people. They just sounded very similar. Yeah, Iala, I thought so. Oh, man. What a fucking expansion. What an absolutely incredible piece of writing and game design and gameplay. It just... Oh, I'm so glad that they, like, Realm Reborned the game, just because it did lead to, like, this. Like, it led to Heavensward, it led to... Even Stormblood I did enjoy, because I quite like Xenos, he's quite interesting. And it led to this. And then it's just... Oh, so good! I'm gonna try and read those Discord notifications now. Not done yet. Well, look. I've got the what's it called? But yeah, game pretty good. I gotta go through the patches, which are going to be very good, I imagine. Especially because they'll help set up Endwalker, which is going to be a time. But a good time. But yeah, I noticed that, again, from my accidental and then subsequent rewatchings because Footfalls is an amazing song, I noticed that the first beast is the thing that the Warrior of Light fights on the moon in the Endwalker trailer. So, and then there was a bunch of the, like, at least one of the enemies that I fought during the dungeon was, like, in the Amarant dungeon was, like, in that fight as well. The, like, tentacle hair lady thing, alien. And I'm just kind of, like, wondering what that's about. And I've got this weird theory that also doesn't make any sense. Which is that, in the source, given that they've referred to the planet we're on as Hidalon, that, like, and that there's the weird stuff that was in Ascian World was on the moon. I've got a weird theory that somehow life swapped from the moon to the planet, and that, like, the moon was the original planet. It makes no sense, because, like, you know, the ruins being on the main world in the first... that's fair, yeah. It just... You know, that's honestly fair. It just, yeah, it's just one of those things where my brain is like, it doesn't make sense, because the ruins are on near the mirror of, you know, Lenosha, and it's like, which means that they would also be near Lenosha if they exist in the source. So it's like, brain. Just my brain going, But then I guess maybe they're just, whatever I'm fighting in Endwalker can just make that shit, probably. You know? What have I got? Man, it's such good content. Ah, I'm so excited. I also just don't want to skip the thing now. New raids are unlocked as well. Yes! It's time for the best content in the game. Starts in Calusia, of all places. I can't wait, though. Yo, cutscene artists, you're the geniuses working with this technology to make the art that you did. The genuine, actual art that you did. Oh.
An undying promise that we just might carry on in a song. Pray don't forget us, your bygone kin, with one world's end.
This music is good, actually. Like, for the Stormblood patches, I didn't really mind skipping, because the music was still good, but I just kind of was like, I just want to start Shadowbringers now, but I genuinely don't mind listening to this music. This is actually just a good music. Like, a really solid... It's kind of carrying the credits, is the music. Because Sorkin is kind of a genius. This is good shit. I'm so glad. You know, what's good is, because I was smart about planning my start time for this stream, I actually do have time to just, like, keep going for a bit longer. Huh! I've got funny news. 40k news. Ooh, level 80 poetic gear as well from Yulmore. Hell yeah! Alright, I'll be getting that then. The funny news is that apparently the Leagues of Votann Codex has been banned in Germany because it's so busted, which makes me sad and also terrified for what Guard will do. Because Guard may not have the specific guns, but they'll probably have something. Oh, man. A lot of good stuff. A lot of... There he goes. Michael Christopher Koji Fox. King, that you are. I've got to, like... the other reason for me to get to Endwalker soon is it means that I can just listen to the soundtrack freely. Because there's so many good songs in it that I just want to add to my, like my normal, regular playlist. Including that, the boss theme from the dungeons, because it is really just actually good. Oh, man. Man. Absolutely. I'm just hearing the little bits of the little Shadowbringers theme as well. I was going, yeah, this will be the final boss theme. Spoiler, it was not. Yeah. Yeah, because there's just too many good songs. It's crazy. Even the, like, remix of Shadowbringers as you go into the Hades fight is incredible, but then they had even more music that my brain... Honestly, I was so focused on making sure that we got through that alive without me accidentally fucking it up for people that I, like, didn't completely process the music. It didn't ruin it or distract me or anything. Like, I know, one of our friends, has a bit of trouble with, like, for example, if they're on call, they can't, listen to the music as well as play the game, which is kind of sad because the music in the game is kind of important and awesome. And, so it's sad that they don't get to play the game with the music if they're on call, so... but like, yeah, it just, yeah, it didn't distract me, but it was like, it definitely enhanced the experience. My brain just cannot for the life of me remember a single thing about it at this point. That's interesting, though, because now the only one of the three main Ascians that hasn't been defeated is Elidibus, because I don't think Xenos can, like, perma-kill him. Hopefully, when Xenos confronted him in that one cinematic, he got his body back. Because he fucking deserves it. Xenos, you're kind of an asshole, but you deserve your body and life more than that Ascian does, for some reason. I don't know why I feel like this, but you know what? Many people like Xenos, it's fine. It's not just me. He's a good dude-ish. Well, a good character, not a good guy. Those are two different things. I got my chance. Hell yeah, good. I'm guessing Elidibus is along the way in Endwalker. Or, though he might be along the way in the patches. We'll see. I'm kind of excited to find out. I'm excited to find out, because I'm very specifically now, like, I've had my fill of, like, looking up spoilers for the game. I did it for tiny bits of Stormblood and the one before that, Heavensward. My brain melted a little bit. I was happy to do it for that, because I was, you know, hearing, oh, Stormblood isn't as good as, you know, the stuff that comes before it. I was like, well, I need something to keep me going, so I'm gonna, like, Google little bits about it, because looking up some of the cool shit for that will help me deal with it. And then this one, I don't need to do that, neither with Endwalker. I'm just excited. I guess I did technically have the Endwalker trailer going for me for this one, but, like, I didn't need it. I don't know, words. Words are hard. I'm excited to fucking play everything. Holy shit. And I'm excited to kick the shit out of Elidibus. Exterminatus Elidibus. Thinking emoji. I feel like I need, like, a thinking emoji emote for myself. Because that would be fun to use on Discord for the most part. And in the occasional times that I am watching streams, which is very rare these days. To the point of I don't think I've done it in like a month or more. Oh well, it happens. Ah, Magnus. You just kind of go through everything. there's now a sunk cost fallacy, even though I know that there's still heaps of stuff to go in the, like, the stuff in the background. Of, like, I know I'm more than halfway through, but I know there's still heaps to go, where the music isn't quite as... It's still good, but it's not as banger as the stuff before that I didn't want to skip. So it's, like, hard to decide what to do. Ah! Just seeing all the things that happened. Yeah, this song sounds extremely near. Special Task Force. Crime engineers. I can't wait to hear the actual new music in this game since I know it's been remixed. And I've been like, I really want to hear it, but I'll wait for context. I've been able to hold myself, even though I love Nia desperately. Cute moments. You know, I liked, what was her name? Dulia Chai? I think that's her name. But I liked her more than I thought I would. I was just like, oh, she's gonna be a prissy, annoying bitch, and we're gonna hate her. But she was like, wait, she's actually like a decent person? What the fuck? Okay. Surprisingly so. And China's, you fool. You work hard fool. He doesn't want to disappoint his wife, and you know what? Understandable, commendable. She gave a pretty huge... Yeah, I know, right? It was just like, as a... It's just surprisingly. So, I'm really happy about it. Yeah, exactly. The huge redemption. Literally, Lamau. The fucking gigantic Talos was the coolest. And it somehow was not the coolest thing in the game. But it was excellent nonetheless. Oh. You know what's good is I've got a bit of quest space in my journal now. Because I was at like 29 or 30 last night when I started stream, so I burned a few of them with Luca. It was good. Ah, you! Mr. Angel Man. He really did just beat Gabriel from fucking Ultra Kill. In some ways, or at least first time Gabriel. Because he was just as, like, pissy about his loss as the original Gabriel loss was. Yeah, Bismarck. That was fun. I kind of liked that it was just like, oh yeah, so there's also a Bismarck whale here, but it's not a primal this time, it's like just a big fey being. It's like, oh, I wonder if that's where the original Bismarck kind of came from, in some respects. Hard to explain my brain thought process there, but like, if we had that same kind of Bismarck in our world once, or it was just originally in our world and that's where the legend came from for the, what are they called again? Well, there's a people? Because I know there's Okzundu. The Vanu, there we go. That's what they're called. I was like trying to remember which word was the word for their people rather than a tribe. Or their town. Slash village, I don't know. Whichever. Cody Albanese. My god. Related to Anthony Albanese? Is it Albanese or whatever? I don't care. It's not that important. It's not important. Yeah, and fucking that guy. That was kind of a big moment. That was just really interesting. And like I was saying last night, just you know, probably would have sucked to be, like, self-aware in that kind of situation, but it was kind of nice that I got to have a chat with him. What was his name now? It's like definitely HY something. Ah, there it is. Summon 7 heroes. The coolest shit. We're nearly there. We're almost there. I know it. The next thing that it's going to show. The next screenshot. No, this is fun to do, just to sit through, just so I get that, like, hey, look at all the things. Hythlodaeus, that's him. Yeah. What a guy. That is like, if you haven't somehow made it exactly correct, you're so close, it's like almost the same. Yeah, my man. But king. I don't know if I ever voiced it, but I kind of guessed. I'm like, is he a split off of me? And I was like, no, it can't possibly be like the same original soul or whatever, right? Like, surely that can't be a thing because we were born after, you know, all of that shit happened, and it was correct anyway. And I'm glad I was correct about that, though I, again, don't know if I voiced it, so people might just think, hey, you know, you're just assuming that, you know, yeah, claiming that or something. I don't know. Like, I called a lot of shit. I was one of them, I'll be honest. I'm glad I called some of it, and I'm really glad that the rest of it exceeded my expectations so significantly. And so excellently. That's interesting. They kind of putting that well after it actually happened, relative to other things. The QA for this game is also very good, I think. They 100% assured the quality. It was already quality when they made it, but, you know, they were there to be absolutely certain. Oh, the friends! Aww. Aww. Look at him. Is this the last one? Probably not. We still got Square Enix. It was just Square Enix Europe. Oh wait. Are there any more screenshots in the background, or are they just over now? Because if they're over now, I will skip the rest of it. There we go. I did it. Alright. I'm just gonna skip the rest of it. Look, I'm sure you all did a great job, the rest of you that I'm possibly skipping, but... Oh! Still comes up as Crystal Exarch, huh? Let's see the dialogue. Moving to this tale hath been a joyous one indeed. Myriad were the lessons learned, yet there is one of particular import. It is imperative that I master magics to grant my feet purchase upon the water, or else allow me to part the sea at will. I must needs visit Bismarck in due course and scrub his teeth in thanks. Mayhap the airy arts of a fairy whale might be imparted to mortal men. We shall see. We shall see. I love that. I love that that's the lesson my man has learned. Oh, what a guy. People came from miles around to join the festivities, but most seem to have stumbled home by now. Even so, I dare say Northrend will echo to the sound of clinking mugs for some while yet. I thought to indulge in a little revelry myself last night until Ariange began to list all the names of my drunken conquests. I ended up drinking water. Water. Damn. Okay. Cool. So, my question is... Yeah, that's about what I expected. I can't imagine the map would change that significantly from me defeating an Ascian, since, you know, the Flood of Light did just kind of happen, and not like I undid it or anything. Oh, Lorelei, are you well? No ill after effects? To my eyes, you seem completely healed. It really is a miracle. Speaking of happy surprises, I was amazed to see the crowd that greeted our return. I hadn't realized just how many people we'd met along the way. Did you see their smiles? Right then and there, I vowed to do whatever I could to keep that joy from fading. Oh yeah, just gotta, just keep doing, keep pressing. Oh, let's see me did it. I knew the Knights Blessed were amongst the revelers, but the Crusader was so crowded I thought it safe to speak my true name. Poor Renar and his ilk were gripped with panic. As you may recall, 'tis customary not to reveal one's true name outside of family and ceremony. Yet when I hurried to explain that all present were like family, I was greeted with an outpouring of tears. An emotional people, the blessed. The blessed. It would seem I don't know my own limits. I'd thought to push on till dawn, but my body had other plans. Still, I did enjoy the carousing while it lasted. Even I need to forget my cares every now and then. What I don't need is to wake up to Alphino smirking at my bedside. He said my face was a rare sight while I slept. Gods, I hope I wasn't drooling. What does this mean, Alphino? Why would you say this to your sister? I guess siblings, I don't know. It would seem that the city celebrated long into the night. Not that I would know. As embarrassing as it is to admit, I woke to find myself in the infirmary, having apparently collapsed from exhaustion. My aching pride was somewhat soothed by the sight of Alice asleep in the bed next to mine. She must have been just as weary. Long has it been since I'd seen her face so peaceful in repose. 'Twas a rare tranquil morning made unforgettable by the sight of those clear blue skies. It's time to end Shadowbringers, for real though. The question is, how do we solve the problem of my friends going home? Because last I recall, they can't.
By your deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat.
Oh. Hang on. There we go. Cool, excellent, done. Twitch wasn't showing me your stream. Bean! I'm still streaming!
Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more.
I don't know how, since you gotta be following me to be subscribed, so it should have given you the notif, but oh well.
With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
Calamity. Calamity.
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history?
Oh yeah, hey Bean, there's a time travel related thing in Shadowbringers that's kind of neat. It's funny. So, your favourite stuff. Told me EOS was now still showing a bunch of other people, but not you. Aw. You're still here.
Either
I'm
way,
happy. Hi Bean, I
this is
love
an
you.
unexpected development. As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world.
Oh, yeah.
Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the first.
Hmm.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
It's got a little ponytail. It's neat.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the Source.
Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow sires, would you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
So I gotta head back
And
and
I see
talk to
no
people.
reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure she arrives within the city next time.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
He's learned. Well.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh.
Off we
A
pop.
hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, it is the courage to stretch out my hand. Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
Wait, is he gonna talk with his... Whoa? Wait, is he gonna talk to me? Timeline Graha? Yo? We're gonna get our boy awake? Is that how we're getting him? Meanwhile in the Imperial Palace. It's happening! I get to see what happens! Please, 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 Xenos. Stand tall in your own body. Or have a fucking mega duel in the palace.
To the west gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Same as the others. Struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor.
The Emperor got stabbed? Question mark?
Wait! You Radiants!
Question is who is where.
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Is it Xenos or is it Elidibus? That's the question. Can't say I expected this, though.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian?
I think it's
The
Xenos.
Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Bus KFC, oof, yeah.
Only if we trust in a paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius!
He speaks the truth. Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore?
Oh.
Freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
'Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
This man is gonna end the war just so he could 1v1 me again. You have to admire him for that. That is excellent.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt
will not do so twice.
Oh. Regicide, patricide. Hi, Bane. Welcome. Oh, I have a letter?
Hi.
Hi. Why do I have a letter?
The Ascians speak of Zodiac and Eidolon. Even the will of the star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
Please, Gaius, don't get yourself killed. Please. Please, Gaius. Oh, man. Coin. Oh. Return coin. Neat.
I need to remove a layer.
Fair. Well, that's gaming. That was definitely some gaming. I want to kind of keep going because I still haven't finished the quest Shadowbringers. And I would like very much to do that. We're still in Party Lamau. I'm surprised by this. I would have thought with all those cinematics that you two would have left, but I'm still happy for you to be there. Oh, excellent.
My call,
hey,
my
friend!
It will be done! It will be done!
I don't know why it double plays the... Something's up with my... what's it called? My notifications, apparently. Where it double plays them. I'm trying to figure out why it does that, but I don't know, honestly. Either way. Hi and welcome! Good to see you again, Raza. Razest. Doing the thing. We're finishing off the main story quest, Shadowbringers. Yay! I'm on when you're awake. Yee. Because I can't do it in my usual time today. Maybe I should start doing more streams at this kind of time of day. That'd be good. Gonna do both. Or just stream for like hours and hours so that I start around this time and then just keep going until the normal end time. Lamau. Nice. Huh? Yeah, I know that. Is it really you? Hang on, wait. My brain missed the first line of dialogue that she said. Time moves in mysterious ways. There we go. But was the first thing she said. I thought she said something else before that. What's you delivered by that Higgs said as much. Situation on this side. The Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar.
The trophy is mine!
Wait. Did you gift it to someone random and get the bot somehow? Oh well. We still take it, I suppose. Thank you, Raz. That's funny of all the possible things for it to be. Well, thank you, friend. I'm sure the Guardian armies have been slow to react and seem reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagements. It's not sort of stalemate. The bot gets one too. The bot is now subscribed. Has you yet to see any sign of that awful black rose with me warned about? Oh!
The trophy is mine!
Thank you, Raz. Holy shit. Boy, howdy. Thank you for doing that. Oh my goodness.
The trophy is mine!
Oh, it's gonna play them all individually, isn't it? Now they actually look in, like, thing form.
The trophy is mine!
They do actually appear over the gameplay, which is good, if nothing else. Oh, thank you very much for doing that. Is it gonna do it more?
The trophy is mine!
I can't tell on my little program. I can't tell on my on OBS who that's gifted it to.
The trophy is mine!
I can't tell which one. Ah! That's funny though. Thank you very much, friend. I really appreciate that you do that. It's very good of you. Okay, that was the last notification sound. I know I picked that the voice line for it, but still. I suppose we did call an old friend to help out on that count. Krellin had a terrible time tracking him down, though it would be worth it to see the look on your face when you find out who it is. I was being difficult. Yeah, well, it's more now that I'm running it in studio mode, the actual preview is really small. So it's like the text is unreadable on the preview. So yeah, it's just a whole thing. It's definitely kind of better in studio mode. There's just a little bit better functionality for me. I'm just not good at using it because I'm not used to it yet. But yeah, also the preview is tiny. Oh well, it happens. I think the party got disbanded. Understandable. Yeah, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours and then confirm the latest news from the front. Might you fancy having a rest while I do? The warrior of light, back where she belongs, just as if nothing had happened, though you do seem different somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventures when we next have a spare moment. Until then, welcome back. I'm doing it. I've turned in the main story quest, Shadowbringers. Wind up Gratia! And tomorrow. We did it. We did it, friends. Shadowbringers, complete. It's done. It's really actually done. Oh! The moon? Elidibus, you son of a bitch. Vivian has claimed him. Emet-Selch gone, Lahabrea gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Once more I am moved to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Xenos, never did I dream you could overpower me so completely, possessed as I was of your body and all its uncanny strength. Now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Good, finally it's not part of your super plot or whatever. Emissary, what a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddied, and its currents wild beyond my capacity to direct them. I have almost no knowledge of FF14. I am not shocked there's a dude just hanging out of the moon. Yeah. He's kind of a dude, kind of a god thing. It's hard to explain, but yes. But yeah, basically yes. From what I've seen of the Endwalker trailer, I'm gonna go visit his ass. It's gonna be great. You have wrested the advantage, Heidler. The thieving hands of your disciples tightened their grip on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence, just as you and your creators desired. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing as we weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, she may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes might in the first, and victory will be ours at the last. He's gonna try. Bitch, you're gonna try. And we'll see what happens. Warriors of Darkness now, are they? Then their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end as those who came before, death at the hands of Warriors of Light. Wait, what does that mean? Wait, that's not good. What is he gonna do now? What insane shit is he gonna pull this time? Oh my god, there's more cinematic. This is a good thing, but also I want the thing to go away. Is this like the land beyond? Seems you were right. Yes, there is something out there. But it would mean crossing marms and marms of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures as I understand it. Yeah, my man Thancred here is a gunbreaker. It's cool. I have that class unlocked for myself as well. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't like to imagine the effect it would have on our ether. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. When you put it that way. What choice do we have? Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Let's head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours. Thank you, Thancred. It's rather interesting that it's no longer just like a well of liquid light outside of the area. Okay, what is that? Though blazing skies give way to gentle night, what hand can end the war of dark and light? That's a very good question. Trust parties unlocked? What does that mean? Completing the main scenario quest Shadowbringers, you have unlocked the Trust system. Trust allows you to repeat previously completed main scenario dungeons with a party of NPC avatars who will gain XP and level up in accordance with their duty participation. Trust on the duty from the main menu. What the fuck does that mean? Furthermore, bolstered by your experiences in the first, you're now able to accept new quests from job-related NPCs in the source. In order to access them, the following conditions must be met. Reach level 80 in a job, complete the relevant level 70 job quest, complete the associated role quest line. Quest locations and other details can be reviewed in the level 70 job quest journal entry. Okay. In addition, again, quests to unlock new content have now become available in the Crystarium. Rest well, warrior of light and darkness, for 2 worlds of adventure await your return. Shadowbringers is done! Ah, it's done! Ah, feels good. Oh man, feels fucking good. Next main scenario quest, the Shaken Resolve. Alright, you know what? I've got time. Let's go unlock the Nier raids. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeet! Because there are Nier Automata raids that I now have access to, apparently, which is kind of excellent. Alright, how do I do it? In the middle of nowhere, the aspiring Skywatcher by the time you hear this. Let's see. Alright. Of course they're both excited about it. Alright. Aspiring Skywatcher, time you hear this. Minstrel from Another Mother. Hell yes! Let's go, Minstrel! Minstrel's Ballad. Is by the time you hear this the Nier one? I want to know. Bethana. I will find out, right? By talking to people and seeing what the quest icon looks like, I'm hoping. No. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna do it. I need to find out how to do it, which takes Googling. Alright, how do I do this? How to start Nier raid FFXiv. I complete Shadowbringers quest, yes. I need to complete the question. Konog alone from the dig site chief NPC in Calusia. Got it, that's right. I was told it was in Calusia. That's the important part. Calusia. Dig site NPC. I'm gonna guess. Because what other dig sites are there in Calusia? Where would it be? That's the question. I'm gonna guess. Oh, actually. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna teleport to the town of the dwarves. Yeah. Googling is the best way to do it, let's face it. That's not the thing I meant to open. Alright. Is this it? No, that's almost a friend. Alright. Good, honest dirt. No. Hang on, am I stupid? Wait. Is it literally in Yulmore itself? Hang on. How do you do it from the start? Right. The gossipy dwarf. Not by the... This person. Do I not? I'm gonna put you on the scent. What? Am I getting people? I'm confused. How do I start? But there is no quest. What have I done wrong? Patch 5.1 has dropped. It's very exciting. Fellowships feature new game plus, new story content. Okay. Few requirements. You need to have completed Shadowbringers. Done. Reach level 80. Done. Go to Tomra and Clusia, accept the quest titled Word About Combra. Oh! I have to finish Word About Combra. Wow, really? That's important? Jesus. Alright. Wait, is there a player named Final Fantasy? Is there really a player named Alright. Where is this? Word About Combra. Map. You. This. There we go. Fair enough. Hey, yeah, it turns out that there is apparently a player. There's also... There's just funny, like, they're just saying funny shit in the chat in the area. Shadows brought, end walked, the realm reborn. It's like, alright. Just saying all of the meme things. This is good shit. I'm gonna put this in. I'm putting this in my Discord servers. It's funny. This is worth saving for posterity for people, I think. Ugh. Alright, so we're going this way, huh? I could just make it so that I can see it. That's the smart way of doing things. Being able to see the thing is good, it turns out. Wow, knowing where I am. Game? Forward? Thank you. Do kind of look them up so I know where I've bloody unlocked and seen. Shush. Silly enemy. Ironbeard. Yep, still got a little bit further to go. Physically. Is it you? Yeah, there we go. I'm in the right place, because dig side chief, I'm gonna get the thing off eventually. You know, they confirmed or denied the existence of a new discovery of untold value that only a select few are allowed to see for themselves. It said, there may come a time when I find myself utterly fascinated by that pile of rocks over there and would be completely oblivious to anyone attempting to sneak past. You're a woman of the world, ain't you? Don't make me say it plain. Wicked White, how bloody stupid are you? You, the imbecile, give me, the guard, 10,000 to kill. Then you, the imbecile, get to walk past me, the guard, and see the amazing find. Got it? Sure. About time you started playing by the rules. What in the blazing... What do you think you're doing, man? Ho. Is that any way for a guard to behave, is it? No, sir, chief, sir. No rations for you tonight. Chief, no. Mercy, mercy. It's not fair, I tell you. A dwarf toils day in and day out for a pittance only to try and make something a little extra on the side, and what does it get him? Alright, well anyway, bugger off. Now my password the chief's permission, which I know you haven't got. Ah, but I can get. Wait, don't tell me it. I assume you came all this way to put in for the position? Sorry, but it's already been filled. You know what they say about assumptions, I'm not selecting that though. Don't go playing silly buggers with me. Queer ruins we found deep in a cavern through a tunnel over there. The one filled with all kinds of machina, to the point we've started calling it a bloody machina graveyard. Yeah, so we're looking to hire on another guard, but the position's since been filled by that fellow what tried to swindle you a moment ago. You're out of luck, I'm afraid, but chin up, lass. Your time will come around again soon enough. Since you're here and still unemployed, mind delivering a message for me? It's for two younglings in Corma, Anog and Conog, sister and brother, twins, fond of wearing white and black. Twin thing, I suppose. The message is as follows. Lally bleeding ho, this is no place for children to be messing about. Stay far, far, far away or else. Got it? Cool. Yep. Understood, sir. I want to stop seeing people doing the shout. I see. You got business with us? Chief put you up to this, and you agreed? Haven't you got anything better to do with your time? No, trust me. This is the thing I need to do. Wait, those garments, that quiet confidence, those powerful neck muscles sculpted by a lifetime of nodding. This is that sinner everyone's been talking about, sister. She's the guileless fool we've been waiting for, the perfect patsy. Good thinking, brother. Let's get right to it then. Ahem. You wouldn't happen to be that kind of stranger everyone likes and adores. You are, aren't you? Perhaps you'd be willing to do us a teensy little favour? Of course you would. My brother and I are conducting some highly secret research at the moment, but we've hit a dead end. To continue, we need to get our hands on an automaton core. It's time to be your patsy. Oh, don't be silly. Everyone knows you're the soul of generosity. They kind of remind me of Giles. Yeah, they're actually, they're the Lalafell, so they're like little short fellas, like gnomes in the D&D sense. But they're kind of like gnomes/dwarves, and it turns out in this place they are called dwarves. And they all dress in a masculine way, even when they're female, like Terry Pratchett's Discworld dwarves. Which is neat, kind of funny. I like that reference. Sinner who cannot but help but render aid to a fellow sinner in their hour of need, not for fame or fortune or for any other reward, but simply the joy of it. Am I wrong? I mean, fortune helps. This is one of the most moments where it really doesn't matter what I have to say, isn't it? Now you're on the trolley. The core we require is being stored with other sundry materials on the cliffs above us. Once you have it, bring it to my sister. Well, it's a good thing I can fly here. Yeet. Automaton, I want to see what it looks like. Hang on, it's very important that I know what this looks like. You said a number of mining automata to further grant the grand secret designs of two young dwarves. Yeet! Wait, where are they? There you go. Ah, in front of the same place as before. Given the old alley bleeding hoe, did you? Hope they took it to heart. What does this one say? No, Delhi Sinner, we need that core for our research. Ah, there's the Sinner now. Is that the core I spy in her hot little hands? Thanks, I guess. Brilliant. All we got to do is sell this for a small fortune and then we'll be one step closer to seeing our plans for world domination to fruition. Boy, Anog. Lally nay on the domination ho. Alright, that was a close one, brother. Now then, for our next request. Lally, what in the hell's you two up to, ho? If you're even thinking of taking advantage of this good sinner, I'll tan both your hides and toss you from the top of the White Whale Falls. Now get you gone. So, yes, sir. Sorry about that. They don't know any better on account of them being all on their own. No parents. They've lost more than most, you could say. More than anyone ever should. I've been meaning to ask. Everyone says you're the soul of generosity, a sinner who cannot help but render aid to a fellow sinner in their hour of need. Not for fame and fortune or any other reward, but simply for the joy of it. Am I wrong? So you repeated word for word what those two. We're sure to lighten at the dig site. Should be another in the cave just outside of the village. Mind going and fetching it for me? Of course you don't. Once you've got it, bring it back to me at the dig. Oh, and don't worry, I'll see you compensated for the troubles. I love that they're getting really funny with some of the dialogue here. It's honestly very good. Now that we can get to the funny dialogue rather than the serious and slightly depressing dialogue of the main scenario. Because they're very good at both. Mining lantern. Why do people add the arrows to their text? All the town noise in Shadowbringers gets on my nerves a little bit because I heard it a lot from the Fae village. Look at them. Them dodos. Those rails. Wow, that looks like a Shiva horse. Because it's an ice horse. Hey, I presume the lantern you're holding is for yours truly? Yep. Much obliged. Here, a little something for your trouble. Never let me set a dwarf if the character doesn't pay his debts. Anyway, if we have nothing else to discuss, just let us pass already. I want to see the ruins, please, 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 please. No. It's dangerous enough limits, and even if I were the sort of man who could be bribed, which I'm not, I'd be shocked to see if you two had anything valuable enough for me to risk my neck looking the other way. Why are you and everyone else so bloody obsessed with trying to get a look at the cavern filled with mysterious market anyway? It's just a bloody scrap heap, isn't it? No, it's so much more than that. Wait, I was saying that. I wasn't even reading that off the dialogue. So much more. Based on our research, we have reason to believe those ruins contain. Just how many times I need to give the game away? It's supposed to be our secret. Yes, right. It's just hard to contain my enthusiasm. Discord motives. I must send the messages. Oh. Nothing. These ruins contain nothing of value whatsoever. We shall leave you to your affairs, honourable guards, sir, and bid thee farewell. Honestly, I'm beginning to hope that there really is nothing of value in there for all the trouble it's causing. As I was about to say, if we've got nothing else to discuss, you best be on your way. It's dangerous to wander about an active dig, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. I gotta go back to the gossipy dwarf. I might as well just teleport. I don't care. I don't care. I want to do the quests. I want to do the thing. Give me the thing. Victor and Comrade, did you learn anything about that big find? Machine graveyard, eh? Interesting, interesting. This could be the beginning of a great and grand adventure, or an utterly nonsensical one, though that does have its appeal on occasion, I'll allow. Yes, give me the silver pieces. Please. A scandal in Comra! It's the lady! It's time, I think! Hail, Sinner, have you heard about the string of thefts in Comra? Word has it that they haven't the foggiest who's behind them, not a clue. They've gotten desperate to find the culprit, I'm told, pointing fingers at any who so much as sneeze in a suspicious fashion. By the next thing you know, they'll be blaming their old rivals in Tom. Wicked White, they would do that, wouldn't they? Damn those thin-bearded blighters. Listen, Sinner, you go and tell them that if they try to pin this on us, there'll be consequences. I will do it. There is, of course, no aetherite in fucking... There's no aetherite here, and there should be. Ah! Makes it much harder to physically get there, or rather more annoying. Wait. There's an aetherite there that I can fly from. Well, that's the smart way of doing things. I could do that. I could do that. Or I could just be an idiot. That's the fun way of doing things. Discord. You either have things for me or you don't. It just wasn't fucking opening up Discord, which is cool and fun. Ah! Rain. Hey, it's better that it's real weather rather than, you know, not real weather. Ah! I gotta get there. It's important. Dig site chief. Yes, slowly bleeding. Oh, it's you. My apologies, Sinner. I've been under a bit of stress lately and I don't really have time to chat, although... Perhaps you can help. I know you welcome these sorts of requests for aid, after all. Things have been going missing, you see. At first it was just the odd tool here and there, but then the thief began making off with finds from the dig. Valuable finds. If you've got the time, I could use some help in identifying the culprit. I don't like to think it, but it's likely the thief is one of our own. Hard to access the site otherwise, and I've investigated most of the unfamiliar faces in town to no avail. I can't very well ask you to stop to focus with the lally ho. Done any crimes lately? but do have a look around. Perhaps you can find a clue that I've overlooked. Take anything at this point, frankly. Alright, it's time for me to literally ask someone, lally ho, done any crimes lately? Please, game, give me that option. Search for clues, you say? Banished a bracelet. What we got? Show the jeweled bracelet to the dig site chief. This is how lazy I am. I would rather just fly across the town. You don't look to have a criminal stuffed in your pack there, but I take it you found some manner of clue. Hold on. I think I've seen this before. It belongs to a young lady in the village, if I'm not mistaken. Though I couldn't say how she came by such a valuable trinket. Seeing as regular folk can hardly fail to notice when something jeweled and encrusted goes missing, she'll like us not be wondering where it's gone right about now. Probably find her in a panic, all the better for getting her to spill her secrets. Delicate dwarven damsel. Christ damn beardless son of a shite-eating hob. Where could my bloody bracelet have gone? You found it, and you're returning it too. Well, bug on my beard. Thank you ever so much. It was a gift, and I'd hate to have lost it. Gift from who, you ask? You probably don't know him. He's the guard over at the dig site. I have no idea what sort of job pays so well, but it must. When we met, he was a right bastard where money was concerned. I could hardly get him to pay for my ale, but of late he's been downright generous, in a much better mood, too. Oh, and so very affectionate. Yes. Focus on the bracelet? If you insist. I don't know where he got it, though. We don't do a lot of talking. If you're that curious, you'll have to ask him. He keeps watch over the entrance day and night, so he's not a difficult man to find. Yep, because NPCs don't get to move, and they you have to mention that in funny ways. I'm just gonna do the thing. It's a very short distance, but I'm still gonna fly it because it's faster. Theoretically. Rebellion to idea. How would you like that, Listen here, if you don't let us in, we'll... Oh, the other way around. Let's see what happens. Come on, let us in, let us in! Come on, you know you want to. What I want is for you two to bugger off. I'm a watchman, not a stand here while everyone annoys the piss out of me, man. You've noticed me, have you? Don't look now, Nog, but our very dear friend is here, and so heavily armed, too. I'm sure that she can help us settle this little dispute. Although, why are you here? As if costing me my dinner weren't enough. How do they afford a jewel-encrusted bracelet on a watchman's salary? That's none of your concern. They're feeling the chief will be quite concerned indeed. Honestly, I thought it might be the twins, but if it's the Watchman, that's funny. Doubt my words all you like. I won't be intimidated by the likes of you. It's time! I really wish I could bind it to X, but that would kind of ruin, you know, my stuff. I am pressing the doubt button, you bastard. This proves nothing, you hear me? Nothing! Well, I don't know what you're accusing him of, but I'm absolutely sure he's guilty of it. More importantly, he's made off with the key after him. You know what? Well, domination on it, I'm going to help you two get in here. Hard to notice the individual several heads taller than everyone in the whole village. I know, right? Huh. Wait, where are they? Where did they go? Okay, so they're still up on the upper portion, but I can do this. Yes! Surely that's everywhere. So, that must be everywhere here. Oh, for God's sake. Hi again! I'm doing the quest line to unlock the near rates. Dealing with a bunch of dwarfs. This is starting to feel like real work. Jig is up. Now hand over the key. Have fun finding a part for that one now. What do you mean, a part? I'm confused and scared. We've got you cornered. Oh. Oh, it's an alliance raid. Pain. I don't think he's alone, sister. Your hasty retreat does seem to be in order. It was the party finder. Oof. Just so. Who knows? People might actually be doing it. Right? Maybe? Probably not. This is the, like, exciting music. I find it very funny that this is playing. That's right, surprise triplets. What now, Baldling? Plan runs that run every now and again. That'd be good. Do I have to fight? Do I have to do a fight now with some dwarves? I do. Alright. Let me break it down for you, fellas. Gog Beard Ripper. Both called Gog Beard Rippers, huh? Bro, I've taken on gods. What do you fuckers hope to achieve here? There you are, you little shit. Very well, I confess, I did it. Or, we did it. We took turns keeping watch while the others picked over items from the dig site and sold off whatever seemed valuable. We would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids. Also, you, however old you are. Classic. I need it. That's another one that I need to take a screenshot of for posterity. That's a fucking good dialogue. I need to put this in all of the places. The best dialogue. Oh. I just wanted to impress her, but there's no chance of that now. All I can do is grovel before the chief and hope that he doesn't punish me too harshly. I hope he fires you so that I get a job and then I can do the thing. Notice the sunny shining metallic has fallen to the ground. Metallic glint. Is it the key? Can I just get in now? At the glimmering opportunity, you see that is the very key to the dig site that Anog and Konog were so keen to obtain. Yeah, if there are people doing it for glam runs, that means I do have a chance of actually doing it. It's like top tier quality. These fucking pieces of dialogue. It's so good. Oh. Just all of this game is quality. Dig site chief. Dig site chief. That's case closed then. It's a good job you showed up. Who knows how long this fast would have continued otherwise. As for you, you won't be getting any dinner tonight, that's for certain. No, anything but the dinner. I think I was employing 3 brothers in disguise this entire time. I doubt I'll be changing my vocation to detective anytime soon. On the threshold. It's time! It's time. I must take a screenshot of this for certain friends. By the by, I haven't seen Anog and Konok, have you? Usually when they go this long without getting underfoot, it means they're up to something. Be grateful if you'd track them down and send them again and send them my way. They're peskier than a pack of pixies, but even so, I'd rather keep them where I can see them. It's time. Hey, friends. Hey, friends. That's the watch taken care of, but we never did get that key. You mean to say you picked it up, and no one's even noticed it's missing? Splendid, I shall open the door and then you may escort us on our foray. After all, everyone knows the only thing that brings you more joy than being of service to your fellow man is adventure. Indeed, your adventurous spirit calls you to whatever greater challenges, no matter how staggeringly ill-advised or outright suicidal. It's true! Rude but fair, I suppose. Isn't it just? Hurry along now, there are secrets to be found here, and we'll be the ones to bring them to light, and possibly to market, depending. Maybe we'll even give you a share of the spoils, the small one, mind. Let's go! Entrance to the excavation tunnels. Near. I'm so excited. Spoils! I wonder if this is a voiced cutscene. If so, I hope they have, you know, if we get to 2B and 9S, that, you know. Locked, which bodes well for us finding something worth our time within, assuming we can get it open. The moment of truth, then. Alright. Run. Just run. Be sure they only voice the MSQ. Aww. I want the near raids to be voiced though. I want to hear 2B and 9S. That was easy. It's 2P! We'll make 2P before 2B. Intruder cited eliminating with extreme prejudice. It's time. Bombs. It's bomb time. Yeah! Oh damn, I thought I'd have to do that. Yeah, this is a proper Nier crossover. That's why I'm doing this content right now. What have you done? It's an official crossover, like Yoko Taro helped develop the raids and everything. It's awesome. Musical crossover as well. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it. Nier music, Nier music. The best song I've ever heard in my life. That makes sense, you know what? Wicked white. Machine life forms. Machine life forms? What are you talking about? Why didn't you blow up? I am number 2P. Call me 2P. The rest can wait. Machine life forms must be stopped. To do that, we must reach the heart of the ruins. Come. It's a hacking door from Nier. This is also from Nier, by the way. In case you didn't know, this music is like the menu music and the kind of like... and stuff's kind of... chill-ish. Hard to explain. Not exactly chill. Hard to explain. But it's Nier. I didn't know 2P was a thing until this. 2P is actually from... Soul Calibur 6. Because she's the palette swap 2B that you play as if you do a mirror match. Although maybe you can choose to play as her normally, but like she's the main palette swap. That didn't have an official name. People were, yeah, or something fighting him, yeah. So like she wasn't even officially named 2P. Like the fandom named her that, and then they canonized it in FFXiv. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Connor, don't you dare! It's the coolest shit that they just canonized it completely. It's so good. How bloody stupid are they? Listen, Sinner, I know they've put you to plenty of trouble already, but I need you to stop them before they dig themselves any deeper. At this rate, someone's going to get hurt. Yeah, it's really fucking cool. I remember, like, you know, I actually got Soul Calibur 6 just for the Nier stuff, honestly. I didn't play it very much, but it was quite fun when I did play it. I'm just apparently not much of a fighting game player, which is why it's funny that I'm tempted to get Dissidia just for... Dissidia, that's the one. Just for Xenos, because it's insane of me. If we can't unlock it, we'll need to break it down. It's easy, do they? Those machine whatsits. The door. Who needs this many doors? Sealed per defensive protocols, I believe. They're gonna do the bomb thing again, aren't they? Protocols, schmotocols. We've got something for this immovable object. Unstoppable force. Harley horror moment. How many bombs do they have? Bomber. That's their class, bomb. Or rather, their job is Bomberman. Just enough. Yeah, apparently. Run. Please tell me that worked. Head. Does that mean it worked? I guess it does. Alright then. I can't believe that actually worked. How'd you like that? I'm sure you were told to keep us from getting into trouble or some such nonsense, right? But who took care of those machines? Us. Who got the door open? Us. Who's gonna find out what's in there? Us! Let's do this shit. think I have to stop in about half an hour thereabouts just to make sure I have enough time to do what I'm doing later today. But that's still a lot of time. The copied factory now accessible. Okay. Now comes the fun part. I'm gonna queue for copied factory. Like a fool. That's the means of ingress secured. Onward. Smell that? General scent carried with the draft. That's the smell of secrets. Maybe say the maniacal laughter for after the dust clears next time. You ready? Let's see what happens. I can't do it. I don't have a high enough item level. I can't actually do it. I'm gonna have to. You're more. I know. I'll do it. The fuck is Yulmore? Anyway, you son of a bitch. Pain. I'm kind of mad because I did, like, put a bunch of materia in this current gear just to make sure that I would live through what I was doing. Where? Wait, no, but genuinely, where am I? Is it gear exchange? I can pull it out. Wait, I can do what? Wait, how do I do that? There's a bench with 4 guys on it. Oh, Resplendor's vendor, right. Wait, really? What is this person? Okay, well, I had to ask. It is that one. Wait, this? On the platform thingy. That one. Okay, cool. Timestone exchange. Here we go. Cue the queue. How do I pull materia out of my stuff? Retrieve materia. I have a 100% chance? That's really excellent. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely better. Holy moly, item level 500. We take those. Augmented Crystarium tab out of Fending. What does it look like? That's kind of neat. Not these. Crypt Lurker. Oh. 530. I guess I'm picking up that first. Then the legs. Hose of Fending. And then I don't have enough for anything else, do I? Never mind, I have enough for the shoes. Now, if I do that, what does it change my item level to? 446. That's actually enough. We take those. Alright. So, I gotta now open this, yank out the retrieve materia. I can't believe that that's a thing I can just do. That's kind of excellent. I didn't know that was how materia worked. Not you. Yeah, I don't have any materia in these that especially not that I care about. Retrieve materia. Retrieve materia. And I slowly fill up my inventory again. Retrieve materia. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like a high enough level to do the actual thing myself. I had to spend like a bunch at a materia vendor. Materia expert or whatever. And one of these melders. Felder. I do want to mend everything first. I'm currently... Boy, howdy. Let's repair everything. Let's just do it. Let's just go. Repair all of the things. Everything I damn have. Let's go. Repair it all. Who cares if I'm going to use it or not? Melda. Melda. I'm going to want to do that. Equipped. What was the... I think it was... Crit was the highest one that I wanted. Which I think I don't have any more of. Ah, fine. Fair enough. Yep. Glamour Plate. Damn. The fucking 100 level, like, item level step up. Alright. Copied factory. I can do it. Let's go. Let's see if we can actually get there anytime in the near future. Average wait time, 15 minutes. You know what that means. It means we're not fucking gonna do it today, probably. Which does make me kind of sad. It feels bad. So there's accompanying Lurik Gilmore. I might find some crazy people doing the expert roulette. That's true. Hopefully. Hey, do I have any new roulettes? Or do I just have the regular same things? Nah. The Alliance Raid. Yeah, I do have the Alliance Raid roulette. Hopefully. Oh, we do have a DPS. We have one person. Amazing. That must Rick. Dare I say his friend? Command 7 and leave me to my entertainment. I guess I'll switch to a deeps and continue this. Since we're probably going to wait a long time anyway. Lorelei, allow me to introduce you to my father and mother. Oh, this is my traveling companion and dear friend, Lorelei. She and I resolved to hunt a particularly deadly sin eater. Yet I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is, that to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Norrant shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, father? As long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever quarry you desire. I can do without all the petty details. I really don't like that guy. Figured I wouldn't, but I don't really do. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my coin purse, would you? I'm sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuits. That is why we're here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, father. We're leaving, Lorelei. Right now. Oof. Speaking of Lurik in the Crystarium, don't mind if I do. Yeet. Alright. Reeky, reek. Oh, hey, look! There's a merchant as well. Cryptlocker gear is also available here. Interesting. Primal Warden weapon gear. Interesting. Wait, is there like gear for Reaper? There's a scythe for Reaper! Kinda want it, but I can't afford it because I have 7 tomestones, which is not a whole lot of anything. Anxious Crystarium Guard. What was I doing again? Yes, this way. Alright. Talk to Lou Reek. Reeky. Man. What a time this'll be. Hunting down another bloomin' super eater. I hope we get into the near raid though, that would be nice. Give me a Lorelei, but I would forgo the wine on this occasion. Father's last receptions put me in rather dour spirits. As I have gathered from our exchange, I'm a free citizen of Yulmore. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I have enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing, privileged and unbearably boring, which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I am no fool, though. I am well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I elected to conceal them from the people of the Crystarium. People are wont to jump to uncharitable conclusions. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others. Now then, since Lambert has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Unless in a fit of frustration I refused Father's coin. With that additional resource, we have no choice to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I am rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token sum at this time, but I trust that will not deter you from joining me anon. Never ran this for the kill, don't worry about it, my man. It's all good. We have a second healer. Really? I mean, of course you won't. Perish the thought. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Struck by an epiphany. Oh. Oh, hang on. Hello, my friend. Thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. I went outside even for a bit. Well, of course, surely it's the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. Never mind all that. For it recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Randare's past could hold the clues for which we have been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before, and I had. My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. It's a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in the desert and attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunter a fatal weakness, and so in ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her the sole survivor to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Seems like it. There can be no doubt, Randare is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Olvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Randare being a hunter of notorious marks in life and death, I don't know why it never occurred to me before. Wow, imagine if I could read the dialogue, goddamn. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Randare's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Olvara lives in Gate Town on Colusia. Let us be off then. Time to go to Yulemoor. Time to go to Yulemoor even more. Should see if I have food to consume so that I may do that. Sort. Gathering related. Crafting related. Oh. Plums. For the last half hour, I'll have a well-fed bonus. Okay, use this. I'm assuming I have the gate town. There we go. Thought so. And the threshold and the Hunter's Legacy. Okay, town. Hello there, your friend Reeks. Oh, this is Miss Olvara, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time. When I came of age, she was forced to leave. I've grown such a strapping young man, but I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit, my little Reek. In front of her, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light Renda Ray? Of all the reasons you could have had. Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood, it was still fresh in everyone's mind when I was younger, and for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death as sin-eaters. But despite all of that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. That's true. The hero who I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow, as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Elvira, Lorelei and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me may help guide our search, namely the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Good word is that? Oh, my little Reek. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Renda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing, from miles away even, by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beast never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch, eventually Renda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades, earned fame and fortune. As their reputation swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the Scourge of Norvrant, the Devourer of Souls, Balam Quits. What Renda Ray did not realize was that her greatest strength would be prove her undoing, for when she faced Balam Quits, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savoured every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends or how their deaths weighed heavy upon her still. Ardbert, Brandon, don't know her name, Renda Ray. Then there's two of you here. Which one of you is the Black Mage, I wonder? The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing ever stronger, as did Renda Ray. While in Calusia, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful law that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, Well, engaged in an adventure in Raktika, a rumour reached Renderay's ears. Balam Quitz, Scourge of Norvrent, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the Citia swamps. It was a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast. But to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she had her old. So it was that Renderay ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balam Quitz, alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Ardbert and the others and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Renderay, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become the sin eater I swore to slay. While what she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Silvara, for everything. I promise I'll visit you again soon. So, Lorelei, remember the theory I told you before about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Quitz, the one that took her from Armorang to Glucia, then her next destination must be Raktika Greatwood. Right, that was where she laid low the beast at last, in the City of Swamps to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek, there's an awful lot of people that don't know about Renderay, or the world for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, just remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself, and be safe. Lorelei, was it? It's such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. Yawning. Body, brain. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities they could, but when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is it is a miracle that boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. Ooh, dancer. The queue is taking 6 quintillion years as anticipated. There is a solid chance that we will not get a chance to do this. One of my little friends. Look at them. I feel like I remember them being, pretty stacked. Ah. Bye, bitch. Right. Of course. Oh, that's the on the threshold quest. I was like, why is it all the way over there? It's like, oh. Level 4. Rogue. The evil of Q times. Yo, it's time to hear the best song. Let's go. I'm excited. It's time to hear the funny... Let's go. Not in here. I have to leave here first. Wait, here we go. There it is! The Raktika Greatwood theme will forever live on in my heart. Ah, it's a solo instance. Shit! I figured it might be. Alright. Friend Melon, Alan, what do we do? Do we unqueue when we have 3 of the 6 healers? I don't know. I feel like you're right, though, about needing to use the party finder to do it, though. At some point in the future. I'm just basking in the glow of the fucking Raktika Greatwood. The existence. I'll let it get to 20 minutes, but I don't think we can, even if we get that far. Alright, 21 minutes. Let's go 21 minutes, and that's when I stop. That's when I will stop it. 21. I was going to give that extra minute to be absolutely safe, especially since it was only like 15 seconds until 20 anyway. Just have a weird feeling. We did have to spend an age waiting for the 8-player party for Thing. Boy, I wish that these were just kind of doable. Like, anyway. I'm kind of sad that I missed out on this on release, because then I would have actually been able to, like, do it with people. The one downside of coming to an MMO late. Yeah. Right. It's almost time to remove from queue. Oh. That's it. That's 21 minutes. I'm kind of sad because we did get 2 healers and a DPS, but it's like out of so many people. It's kind of sad. I'm gonna disband party and probably make this the last thing I do on stream, this solo instance. And again, if I can do the whole, I'll probably do the level 78 as well, maybe. We'll see. Either way, we're doing this for basically the rest of the thing. I need a new MMO that's both good and interesting to come out so I don't get there late. I mean, a lot of the good news is in terms of this game specifically, the stuff from like the base game and the Heavenswood expansion are very like easy to queue for. People still do them and stuff. They still come up quite a bit. So, you know, this good if you don't play it. Solid recommend. It's just, yeah, and it's also just fun. Yes, the free trial especially, because that's the thing. Because you get, yeah, because you get the base game and the first expansion as part of the free trial, which has no time limit and goes up to level 60, and there is a copy pasta for it that I am going to look up. I will read. In a sec. Gotta use it. Come on. Come on, Reddit. Load. I believe in you. Did you know that the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial that includes the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavenswood expansion up to level 60 with no restrictions on playtime? Sign up and enjoy Eorzea today. I feel like I need to add like a fucking command for the bot. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. Let's go. How do I add bot commands to Twitch? A CT raid. Crystal Tower. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Because, like, part of the free trial and also mandatory content. So, you know. How do I do the thing? How can I add... It probably would, let's face it. I'll figure it out after stream at some point. It'll just be funny to add, like... I want to add, like, exclamation mark FFXiv to just put the copy pasta with the link in chat. Because it's funny. Yeah. Rose Little Miss Silvara seemed so much bigger and stronger than me, though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that, we have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, and keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. I am going to get ganked. It'll be fine and fun. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm happy that you can just do the... We can just take off their gear and then queue an alliance roulette. Oh. Right. Do they now? Oof. That time I took a turn for the better. There she is. Hey, bitch. Now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. A gladiator in my alliance raid. Love it. You're all here with me. I know it's better that you're not. I've just got to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. Ah, right. So it's one of these. This is where I get to do this one. Instance. I'm gonna die. Alright, well, time to die. I don't know how this shit works. Should I just keep doing this? Yes. Until I hit with one of my dulling arrows. Use the arrows. Game? Game? Am I dead? Yeah, you need a good show with the Delling arrow, which means you need to let me fucking... Oh, there you go. Worked. Got you now, my butt. You bastard. Ow. Alright. I'm gonna put my dot on him. There we go. Ever taken them from me? I am very bad at this, and I'm likely going to die. Let me roar again. It's just like that. Okay, this is difficult. This is what it means to tank a big enemy as a, my failure. So I have to do it alone. I guess this is what happens when you have to tank a big enemy as a class like, a squishy class like, Archer and Bard. I'm just trying back then, I'd still be alive. She's sad. She's real sad. Yeet. Ow. Where is this coming from? Can't cancel it. Won't let it end like this. We won't. God damn it, Renda. Yo! The friends showed up! Oh, Nick, I see. Yes! The tanks are here! Boy, I've got you. Oh shit. Stacks. just had to do it on her own terms. I was never good at indulging foolishness. Tell me you followed my trail. Too bad it after we kill this bloody bastard, eh? So I'm stringing up our attacks. Give me a render, keep your distance. Oop. Oh, shit, getting close. Yeah, there's just an extra fucking... Yeah, there's an extra person I don't recognize. Silver. I was a little late to that, but I still took it. To the face. Yeah, who the fuck is Silver? They weren't one of the original warriors, were they? Oh, again, who the hell was you, Will? Right, I gotta do the thing. Shit. Any virus left for you yet? Just try to keep it up. Focus. We got it. I can do it. Ooh, that's bad. And no, but let's just slam it. Oh shit. Shit the bed. Come on, let's get this fucking thing. Yep. Now strength something big. Finish it. Come to me. Lend you my power. Avenge my fallen friends. Come on, guys. Surely we can get it before it fucking kills everybody with an enrage. There we go. We got it. Got the ass. There we go. Oh. Got the ass. So she actually did do it with new friends. Tough up bugger. Everyone alright? But I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. Why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If you'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much, but I haven't told you about my own partners. Together we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Northrend. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line we started to believe it too. Then we set our sights on Balan Quits. I survived. They didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot and thought that maybe with your help I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easy to live in the moment, you know? The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those close to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not comrades, through thick and thin? These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else, otherwise they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you? What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You've saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? Without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brandon and Nilbert are whispering about me behind my back, and ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. Lamau. This one's worth a fortune, aye? And fame besides. I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh god, it's not another night to remember. Don't worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Balamquith's denies, until Ardbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. On that note, I think it's time we quit this place. And Renderay, I trust that next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And here I thought I was doing you a favour by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Oh hey! A yem. To find crystal, why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Who are you? I don't know who you are. Lady? I guess. Who is she? Look up, damn you. Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? The second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. If I say yes, I don't need your help. I'm perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. What? When I return to Gate Town, you'll be given your final payment and we'll be free to go our separate ways. I'm returning to Gate Town, not the Crystarium. Okay. Sure, back to Yulmore, I guess. Or if I should just fly from right. Ah. That's where I'll probably end things after turning in this quest, because I don't even think it'll let me do the next. No, it was a 76, right? Yeah, it's a 76. So I should have the 78 still to do, but like, I'm not doing it today. Or at least not yet. Maybe after the thing I have on this evening, but it won't be streamed. Because this thing, I'm still going to play this game at random, terrible hours of the night, and, you know, like a fool by myself. It'll be great. What is it? Did something happen between you two? So I don't know why I've placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Consider this the formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names Reek and Lorelei in the same breath. Yes, never again. With that, I bid you good day. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. With that money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did and decided to push you away first. Not trying to make excuses for what he said, I only hope you could find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. Hit level 79 at least. Alright, friends. Well, this has been a good stream. It's been a good stream. I fucking kicked the shit out of Emmet together with friends. It was great. It was a good time. I have unlocked the first Nier raid. That does not mean I get to play it. So we'll see how that goes, if I eventually ever get to do that. And yeah, I'll, yeah, I'm gonna exit the game. I'm gonna full on just log out. I'm gonna switch back to here mode. Hi, it's just me now. Yeah, thanks for coming by. I won't be able to stream again until next week, possibly Sunday. I'm gonna have to start making a super commit on those, like a schedule in advance and whatnot. But there are some funny things happening with my scheduling even then. So as much as I want to start doing that right now, I might have to wait a couple of weeks before I know for sure what my schedule looks like. So with that, I'll see you all next time, and you know, it'll be a good time. Thanks for stopping by, everyone who did, and yeah, bye.